Hello, good day everyone. My name is Mr. Omo Godwin and I'm glad to meet you on this learning platform. And today we'll be considering the topic crop. In crops, we'll be looking at legume, cereals, and tuber. My name is Mr. Omo Godwin and this is Base Science and Technology. I want to be sure you have your writing materials by the side, your pencil and your jotter or your notepad as the case may require, whatever you use as a jotting tool. It promises to be an interesting lesson today. And if you're ready, I guess we should get it started already. And at the end of the lesson, we'll have things to talk about. First, we're going to consider what crops are, and we'll state some examples of legumes, cereals, and tuber crops. Today, we'll be considering this aspect of crops because they are quite vital to learning. And I am very sure you'll learn a lot. So, what is crop? A crop is a plant or animal product that can be grown and harvested extensively for profit or sustenance. So a crop is could be animal, plant, or product that can be grown. First is something that is planted and also harvested. So grown here means planted and then harvested, uprooted. Okay. Extensively for what? Now for profit or sustenance. This is meaning money. So you can get money from it, or sustenance is going to be for food and a consumption. All right. So here it can be plant or animal. Remember that a product of plant or animal that can be grown and harvested. So extensively means it's going to come deep and large for these benefits. Either we are profiting from it or it's going to be a source of sustenance. All right. So don't forget, it is something that gives profits or it helps us build our body. So under crops, we're looking at various aspects of crops. Legume crops, for example, what are they? Legume are the seeds of plants, and they are eaten in their immature form as green pea and beans. Okay, so these are legume crops, and they are mature form as dry peas. They are matured form of dry peas, bean, lentils, and chickpea. Okay. All these plants here, they represent legume crops. We can call seeds out of them, seeds of plants, and they are eaten in their immature form. Okay, so you can get them at the stage where they are properly not fully mature, and they can be useful to a human. All right. So what are the types of legume crops that we have? The common types of legume crops are these that we have. We have black eyed peas, and we have chickpea, there's bean, there's kidney, lima, navy pinto, soybean, and the rest of them. Okay, they are basically seedlings, and as you can see on the screen here, you know this is soybean, this is chickpea. Okay, all these are legume crops. Now, they are always crops are planted. Crops are planted. So they go to the ground and they plant them and they come out as seedlings for human consumption as it requires. Under legume crops also we have the peanuts, we have lentils. It's also popular, we know that lentils, and you can eat green bean and snow pea in their pods. Now, remember, in their pods, that means not the full time they are matured yet, but we can eat them at that time when they are still undergoing such stage. So we'll move forward to the next slide. Cereals, still on crops, we want to talk about cereals. A cereal is any grass cultivated for the edible component of its grain. If cereal is any grass cultivated for the edible component of its grain. So when it's planted, the grain is what we take. The content from what is planted is the grain. Grains are seedlings. All right. I can see in my chart I have wheat, there's sorghum, there's rice, there's oats, there's millet. All these are cereals plants, and we eat them. They are edible components. That's why we have this here. All right, and they come in the form of grains that can be eaten by humans, and also. So types of cereals that we have is rice. From the chart you've seen it. There's wheat bread. There's wheat, durum wheat, macaroni wheat. That's a triticum durum. Now, please understand this. Because we've said crops are all plant, don't think, oh, Mr. Omo, are you saying that bread is planted? No, that's not it. But however, the wheat that we use in making that particular kind of bread is gotten from the crops, from the plant that we are explaining here today. We have rice also. We have rice can be taken and made in various forms. The same thing applies to the wheat. So our wheat bread, for example, is gotten from wheat. Alright, so we can change the form of these crops into any edible form that we prefer to as human beings. Don't forget, we humans, we are inventions. We are very, very great at inventing things. Okay, so you can see here, this picture of the wheat, and we have wheat bread. Yes, and this rice here, and we have chopstick to go with it for us to consume as humans. We have corn also under that series. There are a lot of it, corn. There is powers, tibers, there is barley, there is millet, a lot of them. And that's a picture of millet there for you to see. Then we move over now to tuber crops. Tuber crops. Alright, tuber crops. Tuber crops, roots and tuber crops are important cultivated staple energy sources. Second to cereals, alright. Generally in tropical region, like when you hear tuber, what comes in mind is yam, I know. Yam, potato, Irish potato, you understand? Okay. So they are very important and they give a lot of energy. Yep. They are essential in that particular area. So here we have a family of tuber. See, they are all smiling. Now it's interesting. So those are tuber crops. And they include, like we have said, potato, cassava, sweet potato, yams, arrowroot, belonging to different botanical family, but are grouped together as all types produce underground food. There is no tuber that is not under the ground. They are all underground food, okay? Your yam, your carrots, sweet potato, cassava, every one of them, they are underground food and they are referred to or regarded as tubers, okay? So they are very rich in energy as well, and they should be considered as such. Now, if you observe, we have really talked about a lot of these things and how they are important to us. A quick one, we just quickly run through some of them so that we don't get lost. We said cereals are good. We talked about cereals. We've talked about tubers. We have also talked about legumes. So what was the importance of all this? Well, Mr. Omo, why are you telling us all this? Now, it's very important for us to eat healthy food. It's important for us as human. It's important to us as human. Why? It helps us to fight against diseases and protect the body from harm. Harm that could be tackled. Diseases that comes into the body. Sometimes if you have a very good immune system and you're taking in a lot of good stuff, food that can help, they replace worn out tissues and they also fight diseases in the body. So these can come in handy form for us to protect ourselves. So when we eat right and we do what is right, definitely we don't have issues with our health. So learning about cereals, you know now the type of cereals we have, you know what tuber crops are, you know what legume crops are. These are classes of crops. So furthermore, we'll learn other aspects of crops that are very, very important for us. Please do ensure that you follow up truly. Now, what are cereals? These are your evaluation. What are cereals? Okay, can you answer? All right, can you list 4 examples of cereals? Okay, that's a try. All right, how about some tuber? Can you mention 4 tuber crops for me? 1, 2, okay, 3. Good, that's a good one. That's a good one. So at least you've learned 1, 2, 3. items of our objectives. That means our lesson is complete for the time. I really want to appreciate your time. I really want to say thank you to you for your patience and learning. We also meet other times in this platform. I remain Mr. Omo Oziegbe Godwin. From me here, I'll say bye-bye.